This is The Real Weight, where we explore how your life and your physiology are connected. I'm Frank Dominic. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that right when things start going well, something inside you slows things down or you pull back? And it's not in a dramatic way. You're not sitting there thinking, let me sabotage my life today. It's much more subtle than that. Things improve for a while, your energy feels better, you're taking care of yourself more. Maybe you're eating better, sleeping better, moving more consistently, and you feel momentum build. Then something happens. You skip a few of those things that were work. You start questioning yourself. Maybe you distract yourself with something that didn't need to be there. And the momentum just kind of fades a little. Not completely, just enough to slow things down. A lot of people experience that pattern. And when they do, they usually think it means they lack motivation or discipline. But most of the time, that's not what's happening at all. What's happening is something a lot more human. Your nervous system is reacting to change, even good change, like improvement or progress, moving into something unfamiliar. Now, there's a concept Gay Hendricks talks about in a book called Big Leap. He calls it the upper limit. But honestly, the idea is simpler than the name makes it sound. Every one of us has a range of life that feels familiar. Not necessarily where we want to stay, just where things feel normal. You might have a familiar level of stress, a level of income, a familiar level of health, even a familiar level of struggle. Your system learns that level over time. It becomes the environment your nervous system recognizes, and recognition feels safe, even if the situation itself isn't great. So when things begin improving beyond the familiar range, something inside you reacts. Not consciously, just internally. You might feel a little uneasy, a little exposed, like something is changing faster than you expected. And that feeling can show up in small behaviors. You start procrastinating. You distract yourself. You question decisions you were confident about a few days earlier. You create just enough friction to slow things down a little. That's the upper limit. It's basically the ceiling of what currently feels normal in your life. And what's interesting is this doesn't just happen with career or money. It happens with our health too. Someone starts improving their health. Maybe they start sleeping better. Their body starts responding. They feel stronger. And then suddenly there's hesitation. Almost like a quiet voice saying, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Because if your health improves, your identity may have to change. And identity changes affect everything. How you see yourself, how other people see you, what people expect from you. That can feel uncomfortable for a while. Now, here's the part most people don't connect. When you move forward and pull back over and over, your body experiences inconsistency, progress, then stress, progress, then hesitation. And that pattern keeps the nervous system a little guarded. Guarded systems don't relax easily. They stay a little braced, a little cautious. And then that affects sleep, recovery, energy regulation, all the things we've been talking about. So when someone says, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it, very often it's not a knowledge problem. It's a familiarity problem. You're stepping outside the range your system recognizes, and it takes a little time for your nervous system to adjust to that new level. That adjustment doesn't happen through force. It happens through awareness, through noticing the moment when you start pulling back. Because once you see that moment, you can choose something different. You can allow your system to expand, allow it to get used to the new level of health, a new level of clarity, a new level of life. Now, if this conversation resonates with you, follow the show, because we're not just talking about food or exercise here. We're talking about the patterns that shape how your life unfolds. So for now, just notice something this week. When things start improving, do you let them continue, or do you quietly slow them down, stay familiar? Just pay attention, and I'll see you in the next episode.